Ultimately back. It's time to do none other than Andrew Garfield, aka Spider-Man the Vigilante. Oh yeah. Hey guys, welcome back to LEGO DC Supervillains Custom Builds, and today we are making none other than Andrew Garfield from Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man, and we're going to make his costume, which is the Vigilante costume. His first costume he had in his universe or whatever. Like I said in my previous video, I'm not making Andrew Garfield in his Spider-Man costume because that's literally basically the Spider-Man costume, and I've already made the Spider-Man costume in another video, so I'm just going to be making his Vigilante costume. I will say about this, as bad as the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man is in all those movies, to my opinion, I will say the one of the good things about it is that his hairstyle does match the comic book Peter Parker. So let's make him. This will be pretty simple to do. I will be doing an unmasked version because it's basically him wearing a hoodie and stuff like that. So start off, get rid of the weapon. Go to appearance. Go to heads, and basically what you want is a red an entirely red head. So let's just look for the skeleton one, or pick a different head actually. Go to and make that red, and make that red. Make the wrinkle and the facial decal red, and go to head. Then change the head to red, and then it's perfectly, it creates the illusion that it's all one color. Now we're going to go back out real quick, get rid of that neck here. And I think, where is it at? I'm looking for the hoodie part, so it might be in attachments. There it is, hoodie. And we want it to be, I think it's a dark brown. It might be dark brown, it's dark grey actually. Dark grey. And now I'm gonna go to helmets, and he has like the wool hat on top of that. Light black. And now if I go to heads. Okay, that's a problem. We've come into a problem now, because the mask is meant to cover everything, but I need sunglasses, because he wears sunglasses over the mask. It's kind of a weird mask, but that's how it is. So I will be changing heads again. Let's see, if I do this, which means we are going to have a mouth line, probably. Well, there we go. Now, if we get, that is, what head is that? That is head 36. And by getting some sunglasses on there, we can cover up the eyes. And there we go, perfect, awesome. We've got the cool sunglasses to mimic the perfect mask. Going to arms, essentially you want, of course, full grey arms for the arm sleeves. Dark grey. I could see this character being like a Red Hood type thing with this costume. Black gloves, because it makes sense, because you're sneaking around and all that stuff. And then hips, I believe he had... I'll give him some jeans, because it is Peter Parker. Use Captain Boomerang's belt. I actually have forgotten to do the torso, so I will go back for a sec real quick to do that. Preset body. Go to the bottom. Get Vandal Savages. And repaint that dark grey. Mind you, it does have the buttons sticking out, which I kind of don't want. Another choice would be to use the Arkham Knight. Not Arkham Knight, I mean Red Hoods. And because the hood does sort of cover the insignia, so I guess we could let that slide. Okay, we'll use red hoods. Ooh, yeah, red hoods. And we'll change... the legs we can keep the same, but I will be changing that hip piece to a basic one. And legs are going to be Music Meisters, and because he does have like the white shoes still at the bottom. Where are they at? Perfect. It might have been a darker color though. So I want to say a darker shade of blue maybe? Because I wouldn't imagine he would go out in bright colors. It's been a while since I've seen the first movie. So just for the sake of it, I will use dark blue. Because I do imagine him wearing jeans, so I'll give him dark blue jeans. There we go. Now we can do the spider powers and stuff. So jump slam effect, that should be on. Going on, we'll just do red personality for a second. Standard color will be red. Standard health, voice 2, target module stars. Actually I should say, basic running speed. I should say Mercy Grace because he was searching for the killer. So animation cool, basic speed. Abilities hold square, lunge attack. Number 3. Tap circle, webbing. Number 3. Ice bolts. Make sure you do that. And hold circle will be the beam. Make sure that's an ice beam. And of course webbing number 3. Beam number 3 actually, and ice beam it. Color is white. And beam origin, both hands. And going out now to the X button for double jump. No, out number 3. And going to hyper jump on. Skill set, no gravel gun, technology access, acrobat, wall climbing, no super strength powers, X-ray vision. I know some people say, does Amazing Spider-Man really have spider sense and stuff? Well, he did catch a fly. I haven't seen anything else from the Amazing movies, but since he caught a fly, I will give him some X-ray vision, on, you know, some spider sense on that. But you can always argue like it was just coincidental. Graffiti, of course, white, which is there, sorted. Tracking, of course, not one of his strong points because he didn't really find the killer, but he was able to track others and Dr. Connors and stuff. Illumination and stealth. And basic information, hero character, and I put affiliation, nobody. Of course, name will be, I'll call him Vigilante because that's basically what he was before Spider-Man. It's like, kind of like Batman in Mask of the Phantasm where he was a Vigilante before Batman. And save. There is actually a character called Vigilante in the game, actually in DC. But this is I will be doing, of course, the unmasked version of Andrew Garfield, so it'll be this costume with just this mask removed. But this is him in the mask and all that jazz. And I think I did a really good job on this one. But yeah, tap square, fighting, hold square, targeted lunge, tap circle. Tap circle is of course the shooting webs. And a hold circle is the ice beam. Let's just stand the man over there and we'll freeze him. Oh yeah, I forgot one of Stanley is invulnerable to be frozen because of his powers. But yeah, and we also have the hyper jump, which I did forget on Bombastic Bagman, who also has that ability. But you can't do the web shooting because of obvious technical difficulties on this game, because you can't make web swinging characters. But you know, that's awesome for the best it is. We're going to go right inside now and take off the mask so we can make Andrew Garfield's awesomeness head, which essentially is very, very close. When it comes, I know it's not just that he did a nice Spider-Man, but he did When it comes to appearance-wise, he does look like Peter Parker from the comics and stuff. Well, some comics, I would say. Not the earlier comics, I mean like the modern-day comics with the spiky hair and stuff, so... Let's go to appearances. Heads. Go to the young heads. Number 16. Make that a white head. Facial the cow, dark brown and of course go to his hair, which of course is the spiked hair. Dark brown, that stuff. Perfect. And save. Oh, I should remove the gloves too. To avoid suspicion. There we are. And there's Andrew Garfield with his gloves and mask removed. Yeah, you'll never suspect me. I'm not the vigilante that's going around looking for people, not looking for Uncle Ben's killer and all that stuff. But yeah, I think I did a pretty decent job with this guy. So there is Andrew Garfield. Tap square for fighting, hold square for targeted lunge, tap circle is of course the webs, and of course hold circle is his stickiness, where he shoots his web beam. And like I said before, he has the hyper jump, so if we can do it right there, it is boom! Awesomeness. And of course, due to limitations, you cannot shoot webs. But yeah, this has been my attempt at doing Andrew Garfield, aka the Vigilante from The Amazing Spider-Man. Next time I'll be doing Tom Holland and his homemade suit, because we've made Tobey Maguire in his homemade suit, the Human Spider. We've made Andrew Garfield in his homemade suit, the Vigilante. And next time we'll be completing the trio with Tom Holland in his homemade suit, which he is actually called Spider-Man in that, because he in the MCU he was Spider-Man before he joined the Avengers, which I do like that. So yeah, just next time we'll be making another with Tom Holland from the MCU as Spider-Man in his homemade suit. Till next time, peace.